It's a request at the moment.
It's okay.
I'm requesting you, because what we are doing is not expect to be done from here. I'm giving you due respect. Can we organize and we move out peacefully from here?
Yes, I agree with you. But before
we move,
have you known why we are here? You first find out.
You will inform me. What we are doing is contrary. Let's move, you will inform me later. Hello, man, make a round. Let's go.
What do you mean?
Let's go.
This is a public place.
Let's move.
What I'm waiting.
No, let's move. Peacefully. Let's move.
Okay, let's move.
Hello. Whoever is in the pit and the churches are getting.
Why are you pulling?
Let's go.
Why are you pulling?
Let's go.
No, let me first. Let me first talk to these people. This is a public place. Who are you? This is a public place.
Hello. Get out and walk away.
This is a public place. I'm seeking justice. Where are you putting me? We are under something. If not, they are supposed to put up a date. So we shall announce the next thing to be done.
You are saying I saw you in Uganda, Shibagara, calling Uganda County.
You're demanding for the reforms that were recommended by the Supreme Court.
Yeah, there are recommendations from the Supreme Court in 2016. Mama Mbabas versus Anthony General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and the Electoral Commission, where they said that there must be amendments before the next elections. Now it has taken 9 years, and we are not sure about the elections, and nobody can trust the Electoral Commission, neither the president. That's why you heard him say that even his votes were rigged, over 2,700,000. So nobody is trusting the outcome. But we are into the elections. And a constitutional elections are very dangerous. You will rather stop and settle everything before we go into the elections. So we are demanding justice. We forwarded over the petition, had more than 10 issues. One of them is the way how the Electoral Commission boss is appointed. He must be elected. Then there is an issue of the biometric machines. The biometric machines, we don't know. They did not allow us even to know what is inside those machines, the software. So who knows whether they have already put a certain percentage of voters. So all those are irregularities, which we are talking about, that they must be settled before we go into elections. So that's why we are here.
I'm surprised that a whole constitutional court, after receiving our petition on the 18th of December last year, which had a whole 20 days to settle this matter, and the kind of declaration we need from court is simple. They are going to look at the Constitution and weigh it against what we have presented, and then give declaratory ruling that so and so must be done like this in accordance with this and that. We are surprised up to now. Many things are going on irregularly. For example, a declaration of the son of the president that after casting the vote he must go home. Where does he get the moral authority to make that declaration? Uganda is not a military state. It is a civilian institution. So we are concerned about what is likely to happen when we go into the election short-sightedly. The time is now for the people of Uganda to wake up, because President Museveni went to the bush to rescue democracy in Uganda, and we are seeing the contrary of that. That is why we are making noise. We are rising up. We are saying, no, enough is enough. Something must be done. We cannot go into the elections blindly.
Our petition, one of our petitions, is the way how the transmission of wisdom. There is no transparency. There is no. So we are in an election. The electoral process, all of the electoral process there is no transparency. There is no, for example, I was given an electronic, that register we have checked. And there are those people who were there are those people, yet last year they were voter. So how did the Electoral Commission then when it comes, when the new polling stations that they have put on stations, they have given us time, they have given us time, the register, so there is no time. Up to now I have to listen to the register. Then there is a place which Mama Baba is put 2016. Mama Baba's versus 7, Mama Baba's Electoral Commission. The Supreme Court recommended that they must amend the electoral reform, that there is a great need for the formation of the Electoral Commission. So Electoral Commission is just appointed by one person. So there is nobody can trust that, because nobody can trust that. Neither the current president, neither the said that his votes were over 2 million and over. So there is a problem. So that's why we're here.
So how long have you been here?
We have spent now more than 3 hours.